Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. First thing that I want to say is, I surpassed my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, and I did not release a video for it. I know I haven't been making videos lately, and that's because of two large topics that I want to talk about. First of all, I do want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me in this year. It really means a lot to me that I have people who, even though it's only 3 or 4 people who constantly watch my videos, I thank you for the support. It means a lot to me, and it's been a year on YouTube. I didn't do a lot of stuff that I wanted to do. I didn't post as many videos as I wanted to do. Part of it is because of these things that I'm going to talk about today. The main big reason is that I was having a hardware issue with my computer. So what was happening was that Windows was crashing, and it started on December 13th. There was a big update, and then December 14th I finished installing that update because I kept it on overnight. It was a huge update. So 2 days later my computer crashed, and I was like, okay, that's a little strange. I don't know if it has to do with the Windows update, but it happened. So it happened again 2 days later, and then 3 days later, and then 2 days later, and then it kept happening and happening, and it was about a month later, and I was like, okay, this is a problem, I need to figure it out. So I called Microsoft. I dealt with them for about 2 weeks. I hate dealing with Microsoft. They have terrible customer service, and most of the time they don't know what they're talking about. So it turns out that my motherboard actually did not have the proper Windows 10 drivers, even though I was already using my motherboard on Windows 10 for about 2 years at this point, and I've had the actual motherboard for about 3.5 years, because I had Windows 7 when I first got my computer, and then Windows 10 came out, blah blah blah. So I was like, there's no way that it's my motherboard. So I ended up calling the manufacturer of my motherboard, and I was like, hey, I have the blah blah blah, and I'm having some problems. And he was like, oh, is your Windows crashing? I was like, yeah, how'd you know? And he was like, we've been experiencing that, and it's a driver problem, and there's nothing we can do because they're so old. I was like, what the actual hell, this totally just destroyed my PC. So finally I got, I finally realized the problem. And it's crazy too, because along with my Windows crashing, my wireless network adapter was failing. My headset was switching sides, because it's surround sound, right? So stuff that was happening on my left, I would actually hear on my right, and vice versa. Obviously, if it's a surround sound, that shouldn't be happening. And if your headphones have proper channels, that shouldn't be happening, which it does. It has a left and a right channel. So I was like, okay, I need to buy a new headset now. I need to buy a new network adapter. Even I had some errors of my video card failing, even though I know that wasn't true because I was able to play games. So I know that my video card was fine, my GPU. But it turns out that even though I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I called my manufacturer, it was my motherboard the entire time. So I ended up getting a new motherboard, a new network adapter, new RAM, and a new CPU. So I basically got an 80% new computer. On March 16th and 17th is when I finally put all my parts together and finally, reinstalled a new version of Windows. I didn't do a fresh install, but I did have to do a install that kept my personal settings and personal files. So all of my games got deleted. All of my screenshots got deleted, stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, this freaking blows. It sucks so bad. But it turns out, and I didn't know this until I noticed, but it turns out that Windows actually makes an old version of itself on your new version. So there's a file directory called windows.old, and you can actually go through that and see every single one of your old files. Now that I think about it, I could have done it in an easier way in hindsight, but what I did end up doing was going through each individual file, clicking through them, and transferring stuff over from windows.old to my new Windows. This was a pain in the ass and took about 4 days. So from March 16th and 17th is when I finally started my file reallocating, if you will. It took until about March 20th to finally be done with everything. As of recording this, it's March 29th, and I just now got done with my desktop and deleting some files that I don't need, deleting some Steam files that I don't need from games that I don't even have anymore, etc., etc. I just finished re-registering some programs from Magic, such as Music Maker and Sony Vegas and stuff like that. So I just now, today, almost 2 weeks after my initial new version of Windows, I just now got finished with everything. Of course, it was only 2 weeks and I haven't updated a video in a very long time, but you gotta think, my Windows was crashing every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes it would crash a day and then the day after. So I didn't want to take the risk of editing a video, spend about a couple of hours editing a video, and then it crashed on me and my stuff not being saved. I didn't want to take that risk. And I know it's pretty selfish, but I didn't want to have to redo stuff that I did, especially since I didn't want to take a chance of anything being corrupted, because I have stuff pre-recorded. So that was kind of a big toss-up too. Thankfully, my external hard drive never got affected by this. Thank the Jesus, okay? Thank Jesus. That was the first thing I wanted to talk about, was just hardware and computer issues. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and this is a little more fixable, but really the only thing I play are single player games. I don't really get a lot of good content from that, and as of right now, I'm actually trying to make a compilation video of kind of funny things that has happened to me in games in the past 2 to 3 months. I have a lot of PUBG stuff because I was kind of hooked on PUBG for like 3 weeks. So I have a lot of PUBG stuff. I have some Witcher 3 stuff that was kind of funny that I noticed. But I don't play a lot of multiplayer games, and what I realized is a lot of the games I play are actually streamable games. It would actually make more sense to stream them rather than record them and post a possibly not necessarily boring but not very interactive gameplay. I know I do have 2 gameplays going right now and I intend to finish them, but I just need to really find out what videos I do like to make and what videos I don't like to make. I would still like to make Let's Plays and I would still like to make live commentary games, but also if I start streaming, I think that would be a good avenue of approach for my online gameplay career, if you will. So again, I passed my year anniversary on YouTube, so this is kind of going to be my year update. I do want to thank everybody for watching this particular video. If this is your first time on my channel, I really suggest you go watch my other 2 update videos. I have one, it's an introductory, so it's just me telling myself to you, and I have another one called Did I Quit YouTube Already? Because again, I wasn't updating anything for a span of about a month and a half. Again, I thank you guys for watching this video. I want to thank those people who have been supporting me since my very first video was uploaded. This is also my 3rd time recording this specific video. The first 2 I did not like how they turned out, so here I am recording it again. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like this video if you like it. Don't dislike it if you dislike it, because that really hurts my feelings. So, but share this video. Honestly, I like doing YouTube, and it's not like a motivation or time thing. It's just I didn't want to take any of those risks. The things I play aren't very uploadable, so that's another reason. I also am trying to learn Sony Vegas, so that's pretty freaking crazy and hard, but I'm sure I'll get used to it soon. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you later.